Welcome to another edition of the All Sports Matter podcast. We're here, all sports matter. Trying to make sure we get the link ups. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and for the first time, Twitch. We're having issues on X. I can see the check mark is not up on X, and that's okay. That's okay. I will figure that out on my end. But we're live. We're live on the Twitchy Twitch. For the first time, we welcome people that are watching on that stream. Welcome to those watching at home on YouTube and Facebook. I am your host, Amir Sharaz Ortiz, aka Mr. All Sports Matter. Also, Amir Sharaz on Twitch. Welcome as you guys are coming in. Welcome to a special playoff edition of the All Sports Matters podcast. We are down to the final eight. March Madness will say that's the Elite Eight. We're just going to say eight is enough. Welcome to the All Sports Matters podcast. I'm not alone. Thank you for everybody watching at home. Thank you for people chiming in. I can see the numbers are exponentially growing as of this moment. Welcome. On the Twitch, we are live. YouTube, we are live. Facebook, we are live. I am alive, live, and well because I have my brothers by my side back for 2026. The chef is in the house. Desmond Robertson, how does it go?
Hit the LeBron on him. Yes, it feels beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Welcome back. Happy New Year to everyone. And, man, just glad to be here with y'all, man.
Not sure that your new year was alive and well, considering how Alabama quite possibly ruined the festivities to bring in January. But Indiana has proven to be the best team in NCAA right now. We'll get to that. We'll get to the championship game. We will get to all that. Because somebody has to be the champion, right? And by somebody got to be the champion. The fantasy football winner of the All Sports Matters podcast league. It is our producer. His first title. I remember my first title. His first title. JB, what's going on? How does it feel?
Champions here. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's what they say.
That is nice to say. Hello, Shadow Milk Cookie. 555. Hello to you too.
Hi there.
We won't be clicking on anything else but that. We don't know what's on the other side of the YouTube realm. But we will acknowledge it though. We acknowledge our peoples. We acknowledge the tribal chief. We'll acknowledge the tribal thief. Why not? By the way, that's you because you stole that belt.
Hey, guess what? It don't matter. The victory came. W's happened.
So, which game was a surprise? Let's review before we preview. Which game to you guys was a surprise in the wild card round? I'm gonna start with you, Chef. Where the outcome was a surprise, the game itself was a surprise, or there was no surprises at all?
Let's see. The first one that comes to mind, Carolina played incredible. They almost pulled off a incredible upset. Their offense has grown incredibly in the off season last year and during the season. They still got some holes they got to work out on defense and that offensive line, but Carolina really shocked me because I honestly thought the Rams were going to run through them, and Matt Stafford had to give a motivational speech to get them boys through that fourth quarter. So I must say the Rams and Carolina Panthers.
JB?
Rob took mine because that's the one I was going to say, but I'm going to go ahead and say, the first, what was it, 6 games of the weekend, 7 games of the weekend was spectacular. It was just amazing.
I'll say
came to
Sunday night and Monday night.
Yeah, then we came to Sunday night, Monday night, and it was like,
Yeah.
So I was trying to do the counting in my head, but I was like, I'm not doing all that. That's a lot. But the first few games was magnificent. That Chicago Green Bay game, and you saw it all year. You know, we talked about it. That's what Chicago does. They get punched in the face for 3 straight quarters, and then all of a sudden, some kind of way, here comes the nail polish. I'm gonna just leave it at that because I don't want to get us canceled. But here come the nail polish, spinning the balls down the field.
He did that.
It was surprising how Green Bay took their foot off the gas and just let it happen, because at one point they was up almost three scores, right?
It was 23-9, I think it was.
Yeah, 23-9.
So something like that.
It was surprising that LaFleur
was selling for field goals early, but I was like, I think when McManus missed the field goal, I said it, like, here comes the comeback.
And the Kickers had the worst. Kickers had the worst weekend.
I'm serious.
And on cue, McManus has showed that if you can't kick in Denver, you just can't kick. Denver being the highest elevation where all you got to do is make sure it's straight, and it'll get you there. You don't have to have the power.
Yep.
But he couldn't cut it in Denver, and they shown that he couldn't cut in Green Bay towards the end of the season. You know, some of these teams made changes towards the end. It was like, you know what, we ain't about to lose because of a kicker, and Green Bay didn't do that. They also didn't adjust their game plan. I think they didn't score at all. Like midway through the third, all the way to the end of the game, it was like we saw that comeback happening as it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then that we're going to call it the millennial throw of 2020. So that throw off his back foot diving backwards and the defense just staring at the wide receiver. That was the play of the year. And we were only in January, so we got to keep that in mind. For me, I think I was not surprised by any of the games. I said it from the beginning, this is going to be quite possibly the best, single-handed best playoff bracket we'll ever see. Every team is matched up equally, and any team can win the Super Bowl. So for me, I wasn't surprised at all. If I'm a deep dive just a little bit, Houston pulling out that victory, I'm not talking about the fourth quarter. We're talking about C.J. Stroud losing the ball 5 different times and still winning that game was surprising to me. Because they did everything possible to keep the game 1-point game. It was 7-6 going to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know, and we kind of knew that Steelers offense wasn't going to do nothing. But I said if Aaron Rodgers can get 1 field goal in and win this game 9-7, that's all on C.J. Stroud.
Right.
It would have been, no question.
And that's what threw me off. And I think at a certain point, Aaron Rodgers just gave up. Like he said, just here, take the ball.
Well, I don't think it was he gave up. I think it was he got mauled into giving up.
When they converged at him,
Jesus,
and just walked off with the ball. Sheldon Rankins is a big boy.
Huge.
Oh no, best defense in the league. I'm not taking nothing away from Houston.
Easy, the best defense.
I'm not taking nothing away from Houston.
They devoured Aaron Rodgers. They tried to murder him. It was impressive.
C.J. Stroud was doing everything he could to give the game away, and Pittsburgh was doing everything they could to say, nah, we don't want it.
Right.
Keep that over there.
I don't understand Pittsburgh not changing the game plan at all. Why not just dump it off to the sides to your leading wide receiver, which is Kenneth Gainwell all season? Why not? And I get it. He probably won't get the yardage, but at least get the ball out of your quarterback's hand. That's all I'm saying. Get the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hand. Hit Metcalf on a slant. He's not going 20, 25 yards to catch it. Hit him on the slant. Hit Austin on the slant. Your best wide receiver is Adam Thielen, who retired after the game. Pittsburgh did not adjust whatsoever. And I get it. That defense is the best defense in the league, But when you're playing that defense and you only got 3 seconds instead of 5, that ball has to be out of that quarterback's hand.
And it was at that point when I can't think of the coach name now.
Tomlin?
Yeah, Tomlin. I just looked at a thing talking about Art Rooney or something, but it was at that point I think Tomlin decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and step down.
I'm gonna say this: even if they would have taken advantage of like 2 to 3 seconds trying to get rid of the ball, the way the secondary was flying towards the ball with vicious intention, I don't think it even mattered. They were hitting. Like, they were hitting at a pace that we haven't seen in a long time.
You are absolutely right.
Anytime.
I'm not taking that from you or Houston's defense. What I'm saying is it keeps the game at 7-6.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. You want to be in the game until you're not in the game. And the moment Aaron Rodgers kept holding on to the ball, they were done. They didn't try no tosses to the outside. I understand it. Look, I get it. That defense was all over the offense. But get the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hand, who only has one hand. His left wrist is broken. Get the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hand. And Aaron Rodgers actually played really well for 3 quarters.
Yep.
Because he was scrambling up the right. He was scrambling for his life. The throws were there. DK Metcalf had butterfingers like nobody else. Aaron Rodgers, kudos to him. His heart was never in question.
No.
Yeah, them receivers with initials for first names was they had dropsies.
They weren't winning the game. It was up to Houston. But if there was ever a game to beat Houston, it was that one.
Yep.
Because CJ Stroud could not hold on to the ball his damn self. And that's what I was surprised about. I was actually surprised that Pittsburgh didn't win. Because Houston offense was playing to lose. While Houston's defense is like, no, we ain't losing today. Now Houston goes on to New England. Drake May is going to scramble out of there. He's a little bit faster, a lot faster than Aaron Rodgers.
He's a lot faster.
A lot.
That offensive line is a lot better than Pittsburgh's offensive line.
It is.
Yeah.
And
on the subject, who y'all got winning? How? Why? When? Houston? New England? Who's taking that?
Go ahead, Jim.
I got New England taking this one. Houston's number 1 receiver is out. He in the protocols with a traumatic brain injury. If CJ Stroud come out doing the same thing he did in that Pittsburgh game, it's gonna be over in the first quarter. Now, if he come out and play the way he had been playing toward the latter part of the season, they gonna make it a game, and that defense go stand up and help him out.
New England's defense ain't no slouch.
New England defense is not no slouch. So and that's why I was saying, he has to come out and make New England's defense stop him instead of being the other way around and reacting to what they're doing. If he can do that, then Houston will stand a chance, and it's gonna be a closer game than anybody thinks. But if we going off of what he looked like this past weekend, yeah, New England go run away with it.
I concur. Like, that defense for New England is brutal as well, except the one difference is their offense. Drake May is really balling right now. He's in a great space. His team is rallied around him. They got a good run game. Like, where's this Ramondre Stevenson been all season?
Revitalized.
Where was he last
year? He looks amazing. He looks amazing.
He's playing for his job. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I wish he would have played for his job in the season because I need it. But he has looked incredible for about the last 2 to 3 weeks. Ramondre Stevenson has looked incredible, and with that dual-headed running game, Stephon Diggs. I mean, Hunter Henry is playing out of his mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard. I can't go against them. I got to say, and they're at home too. New England, man. I'm going to go New England. CJ Stroud, he has to have a better game this game. He cannot play the way he's played and think that they're going to get by that New England squad. He's going to have to play better, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to continue on the path he's been on for the last few weeks, and especially with no Nico, they're not winning that game. I just don't see it.
JB?
I gave my answer, sir.
Yeah, he did first.
I got to go with the panel. I'm not liking, and this is more bad Houston than good New England. That offense didn't give me any weapon, any ammunition to choose them. As much as I hate New England, this game is still going to be close because Houston's defense is going to keep it close.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm being honest, Drake May didn't do much offensively.
No.
But he didn't turn the ball over, which is a big deal.
That
And that's going to be the difference. Where Drake May doesn't turn the ball over and CJ Stroud does, this game is still going to be close. It's like a 17-13 type game. It's going to be really close, but I think New England pulls it out just because Drake May will be able to run around like the chicken with his head cut off somehow and gain yards, unlike what Aaron Rodgers did or can do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Ramondre Stevenson and TreVeyon Henderson, both very potent, good rushers. Where Houston, with New England, Houston ain't got that. Woody Marks, is good but not great.
No.
Nick Chubb was used some, but he's more a fullback than he is a halfback right now.
Yeah, he's on the back end.
Yeah, so yeah, I got it.
Yep.
And you know what? And even with Nico Collins being out, I don't think that's a big deal because they ain't been using him anyway. They haven't been using him the last few weeks anyway. If I'm being honest, they've been using Hutchinson. They've been using Christian Kirk. Now all of a sudden, 6 catches, 113 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He looked amazing.
He did what they brought him in there to do.
Yeah.
When they paid him that money.
His season finally started.
Yeah.
So I think the wide receivers are fine. They're fine. Jaden Higgins, great wide receiver. He's fine.
Another good wide receiver.
Them rookies. Them rookies they got.
Nico Collins has not been used. I think this is going to be the game for Schultz to finally come out of his nap time. And
he's another
like 8 receptions, 60, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
The game's going to be close.
Yeah.
The game's going to be close because of the defenses.
I'm about to say, because the one thing we didn't really talk about is how Houston defense go be chasing after Drake May, because he go be on a little run too. Yeah, they got a good offensive line, but they got a defense that's made to get the folks. Because Danielle Hunter on one side and who's that other DN they have down there in Houston?
Will Anderson.
Yeah,
Will Anderson, Hunter. Yeah,
they built to get after folks, so it's gonna be a problem. Yeah,
but here's the difference where I was Arthur Smith he didn't make any adjustments for Pittsburgh where McDaniels will.
Yeah,
incredible.
McDaniels is a crap head coach, but he's a great coordinator.
I mean,
he knows how to get his quarterback out that pocket. Hell, even Tom Brady got out that pocket, against good defenses. So if he can move Brady around, he could definitely
move
Brady around.
Exactly.
On the flip side, the Buffalo Bills advanced in a close game with Jacksonville Jaguars, where Trevor Lawrence couldn't unbecome Trevor Lawrence. It was 27-24, I believe the score was. Buffalo moves on to play the number 1 seed, Denver Broncos in Denver, but the favorites are Buffalo.
I don't know. I don't see what they're saying.
I don't know how either, because Buffalo number 1 receiver is Keon Coleman, who they have.
Brandon Cooks showed out.
I was going to say Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks is still there. Yeah.
He brought back that New Orleans flair last couple of weeks by default, I'm guessing, because they would not have Dave Davis, who
that's a complete problem.
I think people are well, they may not forget, but Brandon Cooks better be very careful because he is concussion prone, serious concussion prone, and you're going to play a team that flies to the ball and hits very hard.
Yeah, they try to knock head
Very
off.
hard.
Number one defensive team as far as sacks
Yep.
was 12 away from the record. So they were number one in sacks.
And Josh Allen hurt.
Amazing secondary. Josh Allen does have a lead foot right now, but it's not going to stop him. He is as advertised. I may not like Buffalo as a country, but they're just fine when it comes to Josh Allen. Gentlemen, give me a prediction: Denver and Buffalo. JB.
You know, at one point I said whoever won the Buffalo Jacksonville game was going to be the team that was going to be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. But now I think I might have to change that. I think Denver is go pull it out simply because of the defense that they have over there. The fact that they get so many sacks, the fact that their secondary, and they get so many sacks because their secondary is so good. Their secondary holds up so well and gets and holds the receivers down, so it gives the defensive line a chance to get to the quarterback. So, and I think that's what's going to happen, especially with the lack of wide receivers that Josh Allen is coming into this game with. So, tucking, he gonna be doing a lot of tucking and running. It's gonna be a heavy dose of James Cook, but I think Denver kind of squeaks out with the victory Saturday.
Before I get to you, Chef, just want to throw out there, our brother Fleck is on the road for work, but he has chosen the Patriots and the Broncos.
I'm back in
the top two seeds. Marcus Betts, what's going on? Welcome to the show. All Sports Matters live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for the first time today. Chef, talk to me.
Twitcherous.
Denver, New England. Sorry, Denver and Buffalo.
Denver's going to win the game. James Cook didn't look too impressive last week in Jacksonville. And then now you're going to play a Denver Broncos team who is very stout against the run. And they are very dangerous against the pass game. I just don't see it. I think Denver's going to win. I like Denver's wide receivers. They have a good game. I think the defense is going to stand up as usual. Pat Surtain and that secondary, they stand up truly any chance they get. Isn't what's his name from the 49ers?
Mofonga?
Mofonga. I thought I was about to say Mofonga, but I wanted to make sure he's out there too. So
Talanoa Hufanga.
I think it's gonna be at least about 10.
I like it. I think there was a team that was destined to go to the Super Bowl in the AFC. It is Denver. The issue is I don't rank Bo Nix as high as I would like to.
No.
If I was looking at all the quarterbacks that are left in the playoffs, he might be towards the bottom. He might be 8. He might be 7 with Sam Darnold being 8, especially now that he's injured, and we'll get to that here in a minute. I'm not saying I don't trust him, but there's been some games where he's kept the other team in it, where they didn't need to. So there was ever a quarterback that can lose it. CJ Stroud is one, and Bo Nix might be 2.
Yep.
Now I think about it, CJ Stroud is last. Now that I said his name, CJ Stroud is last, and Bo Nix is above him. So there was ever a quarterback that can lose it is Bo Nix, and there's ever a quarterback that can win it is Josh Allen. And if there was ever a game he could pull it out, is this one.
Yeah.
He plays well in the cold, does well in the cold. He's smart. He doesn't throw the ball away. So this is going to be interesting. I like Denver because the better defense, and this is going to be another 21-17 type game. And Josh Allen's going to have 100-something yards rushing because who the hell is going to catch the ball? He's going to have to wear the hell out of Kincaid and Dawson Knox because that's all he got is the tight ends.
That's what he's going to have to do right there.
On the flip side, go ahead, Chef.
No, I said if he doesn't, it's going to be a long day, and I don't know if he can hold up to another game like the Jacksonville game.
I mean, there's ever a game where he needs help, James Cook's going to have to pull it out of somewhere and realize that he is the NFL's leading rusher and do something, because he has been MIA the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Again, on the flip side, we mentioned Sam Darnold and an apparent oblique injury that popped up today, fresh out the box. He said it won't keep him out the playoffs, but it hurts. And there was ever a defense we don't want to hurt is those pesky 49ers who this is what they call the rubber game.
Just stick around.
49ers, Seahawks, before I get to you, JB, and you rant for 2-3 hours. We don't have Chef talk to me about Seattle 49ers and what Seattle got to do.
I mean, they're going to have to use their run game. Walker needs to run better. Chambliss is going to have to do what he does. It's Chambliss, right? Yeah, Chambliss, I think that is. Anyhow, the run game is going to have to pick up, and then on top of the run game picking up,
Charbonnet.
Yeah,
thank you, Charbonnet. The run game is going to have to pick up.
Like he's trying to be the Van Wilder of quarterback. He ain't trying to leave college.
And I mean, Sam Darnold, they're going to have to protect him, because if they don't protect Sam Darnold, it's going to be a long day. I still think Seattle's going to pull it out. I like them to win it, especially since they're at home. So I think it'll be a close one. It's hard to beat, a team twice in a year, but I think they can do it at home.
Well, somebody got to beat somebody twice in a year, right? Because they're 1-1. Before I get to JD, a couple of notes in this game. They did play each other week 17, but Seattle's defense shutting down Brock Purdy in the offense. And speaking of the 49ers offense, Kittles is out. Achilles out for the rest of the year. 2026 season in doubt to start. So we'll see how that goes. But we're only going to focus on Saturday, I believe they play. JB, talk to me and try to be as biased as you can and tell me why you're picking the 49ers to win this game.
They do play Saturday evening. It hurt my heart when Kittle went down. They do have a replacement in Jake Tonjes. This game will come down to which one of these teams wanted more, because Sam Darnold is hurting with the oblique. You saw what happened in week 18 where they shut down the Seattle shut down San Francisco's run offense, and they couldn't throw the ball anywhere. You had Kittle, but you didn't have Ricky Pearsall. You had some of Christian McCaffrey coming out the backfield. But it was a few of those plays that could have gone either way. So looking back at that game, it should have been, because they won 13-3. It should have been way worse than that. With the turnovers that they had, the amount of times they held them to 3 and outs and everything else, should have been way worse than that. So I'm looking for another defensive game, but I do think, and not just as being a fan, but I do think the 49ers will pull it out. Because I mean they won in week 1 in the same kind of conditions in Seattle. I think the defense steps up a little bigger this time and kind of stops that run somewhat. They got Fred Warner back at practice, which brings a huge boost to the building. Yeah, he's not going to be activated to play, but he's back at practice. So y'all played sports before. Somebody that's injured, he comes back, he gives a boost to the team. So I think they're going to be running off that adrenaline and the fact that if we do make it past them, now we go have 54 back. So now they have something more to play for. So I think that's what they'll be looking at. And I think that's why San Francisco wins. It'll be close, but San Francisco pulls it out. John Marshall.
Flex said, I'll put this John Marshall out there, his prediction. But Flex said he's going with Seattle in a close one. So we'll keep that in mind. So as well, I don't know why I never trusted Seattle, and they've always proved me wrong. I never want to start a sentence with Darnold is going to win this game. I never expected, that quarterback, but he obviously is not the New York Jets Darnold. And neither is Dante Moore, for the record. We'll get to that later on. But man, I think Purdy is going to be the X factor. I think he's the type of quarterback that lives and learn. He's one of those. This is what I didn't do last time or I couldn't do, and he's focusing on what went wrong in that Week 18 game between the Niners and the Seahawks, because he was on a 5-week run of epic proportions. If you think about it, before that game, 4 or 5 touchdowns every game with 4 or 5 touchdowns, and then field goal. That's all they got. I was confused to that. And there was ever a game where you wanted to stay home for the duration of the playoffs, it was that game, and they failed. So he tasted that failure. And now he's going to come correct, if that makes sense. I still think it's going to be a close one. I agree with everybody, but I got the 49ers winning 24-21. So I need to know how serious is this injury that Darnold has. Because if he can't get the ball out there to Jackson Smith and Jigba, that's a huge deal.
Huge.
And then it's going to be a blowout. If he's really injured, this game's going to be a blowout. So we got to see what kind of injury he got today at practice. And obviously, they can say it's not a big deal, no big deal, no big deal. But a quarterback with an oblique injury is a huge deal.
Yeah, because they use every bit of all of that in there.
So it's going to be intriguing as we step forward. On the opposite side, we saw the comeback kids of the Chicago Bears will be the home team as they play against the suddenly questionable LA Rams. And I use that term because all season they dominated all up until I think it was the loss to Carolina brought them down, few pegs, of the run. And they started struggling, and you can see Stafford is not making the throws that Stafford been making. He actually should have had some more interceptions last week, but Carolina dropped those.
They dropped them.
But Stafford is not looking Staffordish. He's not looking MVP-like. LA Rams, Chicago Bears. Chef, talk to me.
Weather's going to play a part in this one because I think it's really, really Chicago style weather up there, and you playing in an open stadium with snow coming down by the pound. Chicago is hungry. They got their coach is amazing. I know Detroit Lions are sick right now watching him continue to do what he do and sitting at the house or at Cancun watching it go down because he was impressive there as an OC. And
Dan Campbell ain't got time to go to Cancun. He's watching tape right now.
No, Dan Campbell is definitely at home watching tape. And he's definitely watching tape. But Chicago, I got Chicago. I think Chicago's going to play extremely well at home. That defense leads the league in takeaways. They're going to be flying to the ball. So I got Chicago. I think Stafford has got some injuries that he's not mentioning. Of course, we all know how tough he is, but I just think they're going to be in trouble in Chicago. I think Chicago is going to pull it out, and it's going to be a good one.
JB?
Well, big fella, yeah, I think you're right. I think Chicago pulls it out. But the reason I think they pull it out, now, don't get me wrong, the Rams still have Puka Nacua.
And Devontae.
We ain't gonna take that away from them at all. They still got them two absolute monsters. But in the last few weeks, the Rams have been doing the exact opposite of the Bears. So they've been doing stuff for the first 3 quarters, and then the last quarter, inexplicably, they just stop. Yeah. The Bears don't do nothing for the first 3 quarters, and then the last quarter,
out of their mind,
they do things. So it's gonna be one of those type games where Caleb Williams gonna have to come back in the 4th quarter yet again, and the Rams are not gonna stop him. And you go watch the score get walked down, and that's what's gonna happen. Now, what I like to see the NFC West continue on and just be an NFC West NFC championship. Yeah, that'd be great. But I don't think we'll see it.
I'm actually going with the opposite. Just what you said. It is going to be an NFC West matchup in the NFC Conference Championship game. There's no knock to the Bears, but how many games are you going to start slow? You can't start slow against the Rams.
No.
And they're finally going to play a team that can play all four quarters. Yeah. This is more bad start Bears that's going to finally do them in than good Rams, because the Rams are keeping the game. Stafford's going to throw his pick or two, because Stafford hasn't been the same since the start of the season. For some reason, he's not the same. Maybe it's the old age. Maybe it's the injuries you said that he got that hasn't been brought out there. But the Bears have not been an offensive prowess team in the first half. And they cannot go in the first half being down 27-10, 21-3, not against the Rams. You can't. The Rams is that team where you have to strike touchdown for touchdown, field goal for field goal. You have to go, because the Rams is that team. You said it. They got Puka Nacua. Devontae Adams is eventually going to be Devontae Adams. Mm-hmm. His hamstrings are getting better.
Kyron Williams.
He went through it. Kyron Williams was running his butt off last week.
And the tight end is catching everything.
Higbee, Ferguson. Parkinson, Ferguson.
Yeah. Parkinson. I thought it was Ferguson. It was Parkinson. Parkinson catching everything and falling into the end zone. Like when everything is falling in place for the Rams, there's no team that can beat them. None. But every team that's in the playoffs, again, like I said, can go head to head. There's only one team that necessarily can't match them up possession for possession, and that's the Chicago Bears. And that's why I'm picking the Rams. The Bears cannot show up scoring field goals while the Rams scoring touchdowns. You can't do that.
Cannot.
The Panthers showed up scoring touchdown for touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears are not that team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we didn't think the Panthers were going to do that either, but
did not.
No, I understand that, but the Panthers have been a team that the offense have been scoring.
I honestly think
the Bears offense have not.
That's true, but I think their offensive coordinator and the coach are going to come up with a scheme that is going to be impressive. It's a matter of if they execute it properly. That's my only issue. If they execute the plan that's going to be put in place for this game, I just believe Chicago's going to outplay the Rams in this one. And then the other part, like you said, Devontae has been hurt. I just got a feeling, and I don't want to wish this on nobody. I just got a feeling one of the two major players, one of the three major ones, or four, somebody's going to get injured. And it's going to have a serious impact on this game.
What I don't get with the Bears is they had 2 100-yard rushers in like 3 weeks in a row with Swift and Monangai. I don't understand. And I get it. You put the ball in Caleb Williams' hands, he's going to throw over 300 yards. No doubt. We're not doubting that. But last week, their leading receiver was Colston Loveland, tight end.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Moore showed up in the 4th quarter and caught some very big passes.
Huge.
But where is that at from the 1st quarter until the 4th? I'm not understanding. I don't know, because it's not a lack of talent. Romeo Odunze is talented. Luther Burden is talented. DJ Moore, definitely talented. Loveland, Cole Komet. But for some reason, the offense does not get going. It sputters out when they get to the red zone, and they're kicking field goals at a touchdown. They can't afford that
No.
against the Rams. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they got to establish that run to bring everybody up so Williams can throw over, but I don't think it takes a genius to figure out that's the game plan.
That has to be the game plan, especially in a game like this. Snow, you have to get the run game going first. As soon as you get the run game going, the RPO and the rest of the passing game can.
Flex said his cousin's checks don't clear until the fourth quarter, so that's why he don't show up. Flex said his cousin DJ Moore, his checks don't clear until the fourth quarter. So
he's been like that for a while now. And I mean, even in Carolina, he was the same way, where he'd have spurts where he was amazing, and then it'll be some games where for quarters he'll disappear, and then he'll make a couple of spectacular plays, and you'll remember that he's DJ Moore and he's a star wide receiver, but it's hit or miss with him. I don't understand it either. He is uber talented, great wide receiver. He runs great routes, has some phenomenal hands. It's just, I don't know. It's something with him.
There's something missing in Chicago, and Ben Johnson is that dude when it comes to being a coach. I have zero issues with him leading that team.
Right.
For some reason, something doesn't click until after halftime. And all I'm saying is, with the Rams, it might be too late.
Well, he needs to give a better pregame speech than a halftime speech. Because that halftime speech must be fire.
You might be able to do that with
third quarter speech.
You might be able to do that with the 49ers.
But
their offenses aren't explosive.
Yeah. The Rams are that team that you can't hesitate on and slow start.
But again, what do I know? Because Green Bay started out rocket speed and then they stopped. I have no idea what happened with LaFleur's team. They didn't do nothing in the second half. Romeo big head ass was just out there just bobbleheading. You know what I'm saying? I don't get what was going on with the Packers offense, but I think it was more Packers losing than Chicago winning.
Yeah. The Packers gave that game away.
No, for sure.
They ain't want
it. I don't get it. We do have one more football game, and it is for all the marbles. Monday night in Miami, where the Miami Hurricanes will be the away team at home playing against the Indiana Hoosiers. And no, we don't mean Bob Knight's Indiana Hoosiers. No, we don't mean Calbert Cheney's Indiana Hoosiers. We don't mean Mike Wooden's Indiana Hoosiers. We mean the football team of Indiana Hoosiers. Who would have thunk that in football in 2025 and 26 they finally get a team together? But here we are.
Who would have thunk it?
Led by the Heisman winning Mendoza. We thinking this is gonna be a blowout, or is Miami a team of destiny who plays well enough to say, "Ha, we got you"? Chef, talk to me.
I'm that Indiana team. They're mature, they're disciplined, and they're extremely well coached. I just can't go against I can't go against them right now. I think Miami's going to show. They're going to show up. I think they're going to play really good. They're going to play really well in this game, especially since it's at home. The ticket prices are astronomical for these doggone games right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like the parking is $700 right now, which is bananas. But
they got to pay them NIL some kind of way.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's going to be amazing. Now, the one thing I do think is going to be interesting is the fact that Miami's the first team to play in basically their home stadium for an NCAA championship game. That's pretty impressive. That can't be overlooked. And
have a line for sure.
It might play a role for a while, but that Indiana team, like I said, I can't go against them.
Fleck has Indiana. He said Indiana is destined to win this one. All the stars have a line for this team.
Indiana is an NFL G League team.
JB, talk to me.
Alabama.
Indiana, Miami, and will we find Michael Irvin passed out somewhere on the sideline, going crazy? Good or bad?
Tell you something, Michael Irvin has not stopped since that last Miami Hurricanes win. He is somewhere with his eyes bulging out of his head right now. I just want to point that out to y'all. I do think, and it's my opinion, that Indiana has what it takes to walk into Miami, Florida, and hand Miami the butt whipping that we thought was coming sooner. Now, I don't think it's going to actually be a butt whipping. I think it's going to be a much closer game than any of the other ones had been up to this point. But I think Indiana will pull it out, and they will be crowned the national champions of this year.
I'll say it. I think it's gonna be an ass whooping. They beat the crap out of Alabama. They beat the crap out of Oregon, and I think they're gonna beat the crap out of Miami. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I understand that Miami's motivated. They're home. They're gonna be well rested. They're hyped. They're gonna have Ray Lewis, Michael Irvin, McGahee, Willis McGahee on the sideline, Clinton Portis. They're gonna have everybody that's been to Miami, dead and gone, past tense, present tense, future tense. Everybody's gonna be on that sideline, and then they're gonna be down 21-0.
They go take Michael Irvin belt and put it to their ass.
Because I'm gonna tell you, at the end of the day, I'm not trusting Carson Beck.
That part, yep. If you are a dealer of illicit drugs, you might want to pull up to the parking lot on Monday night, because there's an individual that is going to need some products from you to get him through this game.
I already said his eyes.
No names.
His eyes is already.
Well, it's possible that, and I apologize to cut you off, but I called a friend of mine, and he bought crates of goodie powder. We ain't gonna tell him what's what.
Oh my.
We trying to help his heart, not his mind. So he's probably right now with all this energy because his urine might come up clean, but the end result is all the same. Because Michael Irvin probably don't know any difference at this point, because anything that's in front of him is getting ingested.
That powder, give me that powder.
Let me tell you something.
With that being said,
he gonna run through somebody's wall.
And that being said, what does Miami have to do to win?
Not lean on Carson Beck.
Carson Beck is going to have to make some spectacular plays in this game. He really is. He's going to have to make some very quick decisions and somehow or another find a way to make explosive plays, because you're not getting much time to get the ball out of your hands when you're playing Indiana. That front seven is crazy. The secondary, they lock up on wide receivers like nobody's business. And the fact that you have 0 5-stars on your team is what's also most impressive. You have literally 3 and 4 stars. I think it's like 5 4-stars, but mostly 3 stars on that team that are literally the average age. I think I heard it was 23, 24 years old. And you have a team that has been built off of NIL that want to prove something. And they are proving it to everybody.
They doing it.
Think about it. Like you said, Amir, not only did they beat Alabama, they beat up Oregon, they beat up Ohio State too. They have been on a tear They have been on the table. Any and every team that has a boatload of 5 stars, they beat the brakes off of them. They beat the brakes off of them. I just can't see it. And Carson Beck, he has beat his reputation of the guy that falls apart in the clutch up to this point. But I think he comes back down to ground level this week. I really think Indiana's they're going to rip them to shreds. And I'm rooting for Miami. I really am. I'd love to see them win this, but no, not this year.
That is completely true. John Marshall mentioned the 2 edge guys cannot have another game with no sacks. Miami's got to do something.
Yeah.
Their run game has been there, obviously. But just like we mentioned something about Chicago and the Rams, you got to go possession for possession with Indiana. Because Mendoza is not going to take a possession off.
No.
So Miami's going to go. He's going to go this for that, that for this, tit for tat. He got to do something because Indiana's not letting off the gas. All gas, no brakes with it. As we figure out what Fatu is doing on SmackDown. So it's definitely going to be intriguing. But I got another blowout. Indiana's firing on every cylinder.
Yeah.
The only team to win after being on a bye, and they have fired on every cylinder. So we'll see how that game goes Monday night in Miami. A couple of quick notes. Tomlin, 19th season, stepped down in the NFL. John Harbaugh and the Ravens parted ways, and John Harbaugh is expected to be announced. Not officially yet, but he is expected. The contract is just being drawn up as we speak as the new head coach of the New York, New Jersey Giants.
Hold on, don't forget who he bringing with him now.
No, we haven't confirmed that yet. But in the same aspect, does it really matter? They don't have a Derrick Henry. They don't have a Hollywood Brown. Only speaking of number ones in their positions.
They got a
Scatterboo. They got a Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors is it.
No, but see, they have the weapons for what Monken wants to do.
He do.
I'm not sold on Monkins. I'm not. Monkins is more of a slant. What is it? Screen. Slants a screen type guy. He does for some reason. He doesn't want to take a king at running back and give him the ball 30 times to win.
He gonna get Jackson Dart murdered. Because Jackson Dart already don't know how to slide.
Well, no. Hold on. If you think about it though, and I can already see myself making excuses for this guy, and I hate it. But Lamar Jackson wasn't taking the hits the last couple of years. Lamar Jackson's running out of bounds. Lamar Jackson's taking a knee.
Jackson Dart don't do that. Jackson Dart try to run through people.
But what I'm saying is Monken was like, hey, it's okay to just throw it away. It's okay to slide. And he did that. What I'm saying is he did that with Lamar Jackson.
Right. He did it with
Lamar Jackson. Why not do that?
Listen to him. Will Jackson Dart listen?
He's gonna have to have no choice if he wants to.
They told him
he can either have a career on the field or a career on the sideline with RG3. That's his choice.
Well, they tried to put
RG3 to slide. RG3 would probably, he still would have been in the booth, but it would have been a little bit later, not as soon as he got hurt.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? It's different.
He need to go sit down somewhere himself, but that's a whole different story.
Somebody need to tell Jaden Daniels when to slide. Stop taking damn hits. These young kids think that their scrawny ass is good enough to take these hits, and it's not. And it finally got to Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson was trying to run through people, and he is not built for that.
I will say, Jalen Hurts has decided not to use his legs as much because
because he's choosing longevity, over everything else, which I commend. But what happens when AJ Brown starts complaining? They win, and then he left his hands in the locker room after halftime.
I told you.
Which I'm thankful for Philly losing.
Them wide receiver ones with initials for first names. I don't know what was happening last weekend, but
what does Mike Tomlin do is the question. I say he's taking a year off, and
I think he takes a year off.
He gonna do exactly what Sean Payton did. Take a year off, do some stuff in the booth, be an analyst, and then when he decides he wants to come back, whatever team signs him is go give up some draft compensation to the Pittsburgh Steelers since he's still under contract.
Yeah. Now it would be interesting to watch because his daughter, if I remember correctly, she goes to UGA, and with the opening in Atlanta, it could be intriguing to see if he would go to Atlanta and what he could do if he did go to Atlanta.
I'll tell you what he can do when he goes to Atlanta. They'll be 9-8, and they'll be 9-8 yet again. Well, but 9-8 will win the division though. In the NFC South.
And well, honestly, I think he'll fare better in the South due to the fact of it's NFC South.
Yep.
And the fact that he has the one thing that he didn't. Well, he has a couple of different things that he didn't have in Pittsburgh. He has a really good running. He has a great running back, and he'll have a decent pick of quarterbacks.
Didn't he have a great running back once upon a time when Najee Harris came out and they didn't use him?
He was good. He wasn't like Bijan.
Well, no,
he wasn't like Bijan.
Obviously, but I mean,
he was good. I'm not going to take nothing from Najee.
Najee Harris was the one guy with size who didn't want to use it.
Oh no, he used it.
He didn't put his head down in the NFL.
Oh yes, he did. No, Najee still was Najee. He would still put that.
His legs would be moving for some reason, and he ain't going nowhere.
He just ain't fast. He's not fast. he wasn't the fastest running back, but
product of Alabama. That's what he was.
Brute. He was a brute, but again,
Alabama product.
He's not. He just ain't Bijan.
But the thing about broadcasting is they get paid a lot more.
They do,
and the temptation to never come back, is there once you stop coaching. So it's going to be interesting. They can do what ESPN is doing with Nick Saban and make Mike Tomlin the head of all NFL.
Man, they should.
Broadcasting.
That's a way to go. That's the way to go.
We'll see. Quick basketball note. Rich Paul made a comment the other day saying that the Lakers should trade Austin Reeves for Jaren Jackson Jr. Is it Jaren or Justin?
Jaren.
It is Jaren. Okay.
Not a D.
Should trade for Triple J in a move that'll help the Lakers be better defensively. LeBron went and said he does not sign off on that comment, which we know they're laying next to each other in bed talking about that. But are we agreeing it is the move the Lakers need to do, or are we just calling BS on LeBron not knowing that he's the one trying to get rid of Austin Reeves? Talk to me about.
I don't think LeBron wants to do. I don't think LeBron wants Austin Reeves gone, but I do think that was an out-of-pocket statement. Yeah. Austin Reeves is insanely tough. He's the future for the Lakers franchise.
Yeah,
don't trade him away. That would be idiotic. I'm not even a Lakers fan, but that would make zero sense.
But you're bringing on to the two-time Defensive Player of the Year.
That's great.
Something that the Lakers do not have at all. Nobody plays defense in LA.
That's great.
They got Marcus Smart, who is also Defensive Player of the Year. He just for some reason he put on purple and gold and was like, "Yeah, he can score. I don't care."
Wasn't DeAndre Ayton a Defensive Player of the Year too?
He was all defensive.
He was all defensive team.
All defensive team.
He was doing stuff, and then he got to the Lakers, and
his problem is he can't stay away from porn stars. So
he had
no business being that.
He was a 10-10, 15-15 type guy, and all of a sudden he can't even make a layup.
So
I don't know what it is about people go to LA. They just be like,
the lights too bright for one of them LA teams. You know, some people can go to the Clippers and ball out, but then they get to the Lakers and it's
So again, if you have a fetish for porn stars, LA is not where you go.
No, you don't want to go there.
You just can't.
You know, it's porn companies everywhere in
everywhere, literally.
The city of angels.
It is.
They're all over the place.
In a UFC note, Kayla Harrison, the female champion, has Bolt's disc in her neck. Got to get surgery. She is out for the reason it makes news because it was supposed to be Amanda Nunes's comeback title fight, and that has now been canceled. And it was also the debut of UFC on Paramount, so that probably will hurt some numbers, even though a lot of people are ecstatic because they don't have to pay $69.99 anymore monthly, even though we stopped doing that years ago. But I'm supposed to say that people still do that. Yeah. So, yeah.
You forgot to talk about Rob's favorite NBA player, Mr. Glass.
Well, he doesn't need surgery, so that's a big deal. But he might still be out for the whole season.
So the team,
they could be saying that just to trade him.
That's exactly it. I was just about to say.
I was thinking about that.
They just said that they would that it's a possibility that he can get traded to a title.
Anthony Davis is like, I need surgery, and Dallas is like, the hell you do.
Exactly. Like, come on, man. Like,
we didn't diagnose you with that.
It just seems real strange.
So they're trying to come up from under that contract and that age and that player that nobody in their right mind, not even Delonte West, would have made that trade. And he's always high. So
him and Michael Irvin.
It's intriguing it's still stupefying, mystifying of how AD got traded for Luka Doncic.
Nico.
And then to top it off, hold on, I'm not done. Didn't Trae Young, Atlanta Hawks trade Young for Luka Doncic on draft day?
Yep.
And then, but wait, there's more. Traded Trae Young to Washington for CJ McCollum.
Yes.
And a player to be named later who's named right now, but he's still named later.
For a handful of magic beans.
What these executives are doing.
Amen.
They are getting paid millions of dollars to run billion-dollar organizations, and yet here we are wasting our life away.
I'm telling you.
Trying to figure out if we're buying ESPN Plus, Paramount, Hulu, Disney Plus, and whatever which else, and they are making decisions for these organizations. What am I missing?
Let me tell you something. If you the Wizards of Washington, and the report has already come out that Trae Young said this is the team I want to go to, I'm gonna offer a pile of beans too.
Yes, me and you both. Yes, yeah.
You want to come?
We already got you.
You don't want him. He want to come here. This is what I'm gonna give you. Take it or leave it, because I don't need to trade with you.
Here's where shit gets dumb. Washington had a chance to get rid of Jordan Poole, who they didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
Why not throw him in that trade? Atlanta would have took it.
Jordan Poole plays for the Pelicans.
Does he?
No.
Yeah.
I
was like, what?
No, good for Washington, because
that's how Washington got CJ McCollum to send him to Atlanta.
Yeah, no, Jordan Poole belongs in Unrivaled right now. Like, let him just go.
Not Unrivaled.
Sorry, he does. And
wow.
Yeah.
Somebody had to say it.
I had to. Sabrina Ionescu is out for the Unrivaled season, by the way, since we're on the subject. But I just the thinking, it's mind-boggling. That's all. I was like, what in the hell are these people thinking? Nico Harrison will never see a desk ever in his life unless it's in his own house, ever.
Oh yeah, he ain't coming back to the NBA.
So I'm not understanding.
But I said that about Dale Demps, and he GM or assistant GM for the Kings. So
Anything's possible these days, sir.
Fleck is absolutely right. Just because they only offered McCollum and a bag of horse manure, don't mean the Hawks had a trade there. Just
Not the
had a
horse
trade
manure.
on there. So they could have got a lot more. I'm pretty sure they could have.
Yeah, they
And on top of
definitely-
everything else, Trey Young is not healthy enough to even put on a uniform. At
They don't
least
know
through the
when
All-Star
they don't
break.
even
At
know he's gonna
least
play
through
this
the
season.
All-Star break.
He
Yeah.
may not even play this season.
And if I'm Washington, I wouldn't. I would not.
Yeah, hold him
I
out.
would not. I would try to see which team is worse, them or the Pelicans, to see which team get the first pick. For some reason, Detroit or Oklahoma City will get the first pick somehow.
Well,
But
Pelicans don't have a first round pick. They traded it to Atlanta so they can get Derek Queen.
who's having a great year?
Mhm.
I would say that Derek Queen is having a Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen.
Very-
Yeah,
They,
Dairy
they,
I was
they
waiting
traded,
for somebody
they
to say
traded
it.
to move up 6 spots and take Derek Queen.
How is that not a commercial? Hey, we need to go to Dairy Queen, and he just shows up with a basketball.
I know, right?
Be-
Did you mention me?
because he's in New Orleans.
Y'all don't
And
have Dairy
he's-
Queens in
and-
Orlando?
No, they do, but he's in New Orleans and he's slightly overweight, so he's already with snacks. You don't want to
Mm.
continue pushing him down that road. You want to try to get him to slim down.
Good.
No, I'm talking about that's
Right,
the
yeah.
team. The team don't do that. His agent does that. His agent has to monopolize the way he look and says, yes, he eats ice cream.
He should, but I think he's trying to stay away from that whole
Hell no.
what happened with
I
snacks.
would grab my phone and record that commercial right now and bust through the wall like I'm the Kool-Aid man. Did you say my name? I would. I'm just saying. I'm just saying I would. Intriguing. Yeah. So that was it. The 15th. In 2 weeks, Shakur Stevenson will fight Teofimo Lopez. That should be an intriguing fight for 2026. The first big fight of 2026. So that should be intriguing. Rob, what you got for us?
So I got two for you. So
2 for 1.
NFL, we're gonna go NFL. There have been 2 teams who have been to the Super Bowl 4 different times, never won it. Who are the 2 teams?
Buffalo.
And
4 times and never won. Buffalo.
I don't know why I'm leaning Minnesota Vikings.
it is the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota Vikings 4 times and did not win it.
I got one.
You did it. You did it.
I got one that's not baseball.
Now, the other one, there's one NFL team that has 3 championships in 3 different cities. Who's that NFL team?
How many teams?
1.
One team, 3 different cities.
Yep, they won in 3 different cities.
Teams that move around a lot is like the Cardinals, but they haven't won. So
The
teams that
Rams.
moved around, I want to say the Ravens.
The
Coach.
Rams.
Jim said it's the Rams. Because think about it.
They won
Before
in
they
St. Louis,
joined
they
the
won in
NFL,
LA.
they were
Yeah.
in Cleveland. They won in 1945. Then they won in LA. And they
Well,
won in
that's an NFL championship. That's not a Super Bowl.
I said championship. I said ship. I didn't say Super Bowl.
He did. He did on the technicalness.
I was thinking Super Bowl teams.
I did. Yeah, that's why I phrased it the way I did.
Shouldn't have been the well. Not, I don't think they won 3, right? The Ravens. How many the Ravens won?
We only won 2.
And it was both of them in Baltimore. Because remember, the Ravens were the Colts, Browns. Yeah, all that.
Yep. So, yeah, those
Definitely
are my little
won.
fun facts for the week.
JB, you got a coronation speech you want to give, being the fantasy football
Talk
winner
your
this
talk,
year?
sir. Talk your talk, champ.
First of all, I just want y'all to know the champ is in the building, and any time the championship needs to be defended, it will be defended. I will be a fighting champion. We will be defending every Monday. Oh wait, no, that's a different thing. Next year we coming back. That's all I can say. I don't know how it happened, but it definitely happened, and we about to do it again. We running it right on back. Look at the guy.
As the former champ, I'm coming back for my belt.
You can't get back.
I said it a month ago. I said anybody can win this championship. We were all 2 games apart from each other.
We was right there.
We really
the whole
were.
time. And guess what? I'm here and I'm keeping it. Next year, we running it back.
I'm coming back for my
that. You can't get it.
I'm
already here. I'm already here. I gotta have one for the second shoulder. Yes.
All right, JB.
With that being said, the champ will tell you some people like football, basketball, and baseball, while others like hockey, soccer, and NASCAR.
Right. No, we like hockey too. We like hockey.
We do like soccer. Yes.
And I like soccer.
Oh yeah. You wait, what?
Chef cooks with sake.
Oh, I thought you did something else.
No, I'm not drinking it. I'm drinking it.
Pause. My God.
I'm drinking it.
My God.
He's about to go to the kitchen right now and chop up some Mongolian chipotle seeds.
You mixing countries. Stop it.
Top with Peruvian vinaigrette.
You mixing international cuisines. Don't do it. Don't do it.
The first person in the world to make Latin dish, not Spanish.
Not Spanish, Latin.
Yeah, man,
Latin.
I'm diverse, baby. I'm diverse.
Right here, all sports matter.
Peace.
Be out.
Thank you.